You had stepbrothers. Did they come? Did they come with her? Were they part of the package, or did they come along later?
This was not the first time of me telling this story. This has been years. It started me telling this story when my sister passed away. So this is like years of me getting to this point, to this layer. I always stand true by what I said. I always stand true by what happened. And
okay, y'all, sit down because we need to talk about something that is not adding up. Ashlee and the Braxton family, there's a story here that keeps getting deeper, and the more I look into it, Ashlee has been publicly talking about Tamar Braxton and abuse. This isn't random, she's directly connected to the Braxton family, and that's why this matters. When you tie your story to a family as famous as the Braxtons, people pay attention, and they should, because this is allegedly about real trauma and real family secrets. Here's what we know. Ashlee has been speaking about abuse for years, not months, years. Her story was consistent. She's been telling the same narrative about what allegedly happened to her, and for all that time, her message didn't change. She was clear, direct, consistent. But then suddenly she changes everything and says it wasn't that bad. Wait, after years of consistent allegations, you just flip the script like that? That doesn't sit right. When someone who's been vocal about trauma suddenly minimizes it, that's a red flag. That looks like pressure. That looks like someone got to her and said, you need to quiet down. Because here's the thing, survivors don't just go from years of speaking out to suddenly saying, it wasn't that bad, unless something external happened. Whether it's legal pressure, family pressure, or manipulation, something influenced that change. Now let's talk about what everyone keeps noticing. Ashlee looks exactly like Tamar Braxton. I'm talking facial features, bone structure, the whole thing. She looks more like Tamar than her supposed biological mother. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. So naturally, people are asking, could Tamar actually be Ashlee's real mother? I don't have DNA proof, but that resemblance combined with everything else, it makes you wonder. Because if that's true, think about what that would mean: the secrecy required, the lies maintained for decades. That would explain so much about why people might want Ashlee to stay quiet. If Tawanda was Ashlee's mother, it would explain the cover-up. Maybe she was young. Maybe the father was problematic. Maybe there were complications. That would require altering documents, family members keeping secrets, and a massive effort to hide the truth. Here's what's bothering me. Ashlee has been sharing her experience for a long time. She's been posting videos, speaking out, trying to tell her story, but somehow very few people knew about it until recently. How does someone connected to the Braxton family speak out about abuse for years and nobody hears it? That's not normal. In the age of social media where everything goes viral, where tea spreads like wildfire, how did Ashlee's story stay so quiet? That's suspicious. It suggests something or someone has been actively keeping her story from gaining traction. And people have noticed her content has unusually low reach. Videos that should get attention just don't. Her posts don't spread the way you'd expect, especially given the explosive nature of her claims. So the question is there suppression happening? Shadow banning? Because if powerful people wanted to keep this story quiet, they have tools. They could mass report content, use legal threats, use connections to limit reach. You don't have to deplatform someone to silence them, you just make sure their voice doesn't travel far. Ashlee has alleged that her father wants to silence her, that there have been attempts to stop her from speaking. And then there's the birth certificate situation. Ashlee claims her mother's name was removed from her birth certificate. Y'all, that's not casual. That requires court involvement, lawyers, a judge signing off.
And it may not be your family, and that is totally okay. I am an example of that. You may not get support from your family, and that is totally fine. You still have the right to use your voice. You still have the right to talk. You still have the right to say how you feel. The world will try to silence you. People will try to silence you. But the world needs your voice and not yourself.
You can't just erase someone from a legal document. So either Ashlee's mistaken or something seriously shady happened. And if that document was altered, that adds massive weight to the hidden parentage theory. The birth certificate is the official record of parentage. If it's been changed, that's a huge red flag. And here's another bombshell. Ashlee recently mentioned she has brothers, half-brothers, she never talked about before. Hidden family members? That changes everything. Why were they hidden? What else is being kept secret? Let's look at the bigger picture. Tamar has spoken about abuse. Ashlee's making allegations. There have been other Braxton scandals. This isn't isolated, this is a pattern. When multiple people in the same family are dealing with trauma and secrets, that tells us this is systemic, not just one bad situation. Here's something important: when you're a child, you believe what adults tell you. If they're lying, manipulating the narrative, you grow up believing things that aren't true. Ashlee may have been told one story her entire life and is only now realizing it doesn't add up. So even if her story has shifted, that doesn't mean she's lying. It might mean she's finally discovering the truth after years of deception. That's not inconsistency, that's someone piecing together reality after living in a false narrative. Tony Braxton said the family was surprised by Ashlee's allegations. But Ashlee's been posting videos for years. So either the Braxtons completely ignored her, which seems unlikely, or they're lying. And if they're lying, that's damage control. That's protecting their image, not genuine surprise. When a family acts surprised by allegations that have been public for years, that's not shock, that's a PR strategy. That's circling the wagons to minimize impact. Here's what I think might be happening. This is speculation. What if Tawanda is Ashlee's mother and the father is someone whose identity would cause a massive scandal? That would explain the secrecy, the panic, the suppression, the altered documents, the pressure to stay quiet. If this is true, we're talking about a secret kept for decades, multiple people maintaining a lie, legal documents being changed, and a young woman being gaslit about her own identity. If powerful people with resources are involved, they'd have the means to suppress her story and pressure her. But listen, regardless of parentage, regardless of hidden secrets, Ashlee's trauma is real. Her pain is valid. Even if she was given misinformation, even if details are murky, that doesn't erase what she experienced. Trauma doesn't disappear because facts get complicated. She deserves to be heard, and she deserves not to be silenced.
You had stepbrothers. Did they come with her? Were they part of the package, or did they come along later?
They came along later.
Okay.
So my sister is 3 years younger than I am. My oldest younger brother is 4 years. And then after that, it's 8 years.
Okay.
So they came after. And it's unfortunate that even now we don't have a relationship because we were just pit against each other.
Yeah.
So the household was like all for one and one for all. You better guard up.
Wow.
And it's not really healthy.
No, definitely not. No. You know, I was wondering, like, what would the effects of those circumstances be on the younger brothers, because it would be very difficult for them to, I guess, develop respect towards you and your sister.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We don't see eye to eye because the way they see life is very different than the way I've seen it. And so for them, it's hard, which is understandable.
Yeah.
When I'm speaking these things about their mother, these are quite harsh accusations
of course.
that I'm saying.
Yeah.
And if you were not there to grasp what was happening, then perhaps you'd think and be like, I think this is a little far-fetched.
Yes. And
that was something that was really hard for me because I come from this family.
I don't have definitive proof. I can't give you 100% certainty, but the patterns are screaming. The inconsistencies are glaring. The suppression is concerning. The family response is suspicious. The resemblance is striking. The birth certificate situation is shady. Something big is being hidden, whether it's parentage, abuse, family secrets, or all of the above. So what do you think? Do you believe Ashlee? Could Tawanda be her real mother? Is the family hiding something major? Was Ashlee pressured to change her story? Drop your theories in the comments because I want to hear what y'all are thinking. This isn't over. I'm digging deeper, and we're getting to the bottom of this together. Make sure you're subscribed because part 2 is coming, and it's gonna blow your mind. The truth always comes out eventually, always. And I think we're getting close with Ashlee and the Braxtons. Stay tuned, y'all. This story is FAR from over. Keep questioning, keep thinking critically, because the most shocking revelations might still be ahead of us.